Maybe the reason you feel lost isn't because you haven't found your purpose. Maybe it's because you've been trying to turn your whole life into one answer. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us absorb this idea that there's one thing we're supposed to discover, one calling, one direction, one sentence that explains why we're here. And until we find it, life feels unfinished. So we keep looking. We treat uncertainty like a problem to solve. We compare ourselves to people who seem certain. We wait for the feeling of finally knowing. And quietly, we start believing that everyone else received instructions we somehow missed. There's a specific kind of loneliness in this. It doesn't look dramatic from the outside. You still go to work, you answer messages, you make plans. But underneath ordinary days, there's this constant background question. Is this it? Am I wasting time? Shouldn't something feel more meaningful than this? Sometimes it shows up in small moments. You're lying in bed after a normal day and feel disappointed for reasons you can't explain. Or someone asks what your long-term plan is, and your chest tightens a little because you don't have an answer that sounds important enough. What's difficult is that this feeling gets praised. We call it ambition, vision, drive. But sometimes it's not hope at all. Sometimes it's pressure wearing a respectable outfit. The strange thing is that the idea of one clear purpose sounds comforting at first. If there's one thing you're meant to do, then maybe uncertainty disappears. Maybe every choice becomes easier. But real lives rarely move like that. Most meaningful things don't announce themselves early. They grow quietly while you're paying attention to something else. A friendship becomes the thing that carried you through a hard year. A hobby becomes a language you didn't know you needed. A job you took temporarily teaches you something that changes how you see people. Meaning often arrives sideways.
And maybe this is the part nobody says enough. Having many small purposes is not the same as lacking one. You do not need a single thread running through your entire life for your life to make sense. Some seasons are about creating. Some are about caring for someone. Some are about rebuilding yourself. Some are about learning how to be where you already are.
We talk about purpose like it should feel permanent, but maybe meaning is more like attention. It gathers around what you return to, what you protect, what you make room for. There's also a quieter possibility. Maybe the pressure to find your purpose isn't always coming from inside you. Maybe part of it comes from wanting your life to look coherent, wanting to explain yourself, wanting to feel justified in existing without hesitation. But a human life is usually less like a mission statement and more like a collection of things that mattered.
You are allowed to live without a grand reveal. You are allowed to care deeply about things that never become your identity. You are allowed to change. The absence of one defining purpose does not mean your life is scattered. It may simply mean your life is alive. And if you've been carrying the fear that you're behind because you still don't know your one thing, maybe nothing has gone wrong. Maybe you've been expecting a lighthouse when life has been offering small lamps all along.